Today is October 26, 2025. Here at the Edgewater Podcast, I talk a lot about progressive politics and the history of colonization, which is really a history of power and who gets to eat. Today, I want to talk to you about how a simple meal in a Chicago school cafeteria is a powerful act of justice and a smart investment in our future. It's about the connection between feeding our kids and their ability to learn. When kids go to school hungry, they can't focus. It's that simple. Their stomachs are growling, their energy is low, and the teacher's lesson just sounds like a dull buzz. You can't learn algebra or other things when you're worried about your next meal. I know this firsthand. For a time, I was one of those kids. Growing up in Honolulu in the late 1980s into the 1990s, my family relied on free school breakfast and lunch programs. I got those meals in grade school, and they were a lifeline. I was generally an A student, and I honestly believe a big part of that was because I was fed. That free meal meant my parents didn't have to stretch their budget until it broke just to put another plate on the table. It meant I wasn't distracted by hunger in class. It was the government simply saying, "We see you, we value you, and we will make sure you have the fuel to grow and learn." When we talk about programs like SNAP, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, for families here in Chicago, we are talking about a foundation for educational success. Because studies show a clear link. When children have access to consistent, healthy food, their test scores improve, their attendance goes up, and they have fewer behavioral issues in the classroom. When food security rises, educational outcomes follow. But we can do even better than relying solely on individual SNAP benefits that families have to manage. And the most effective, truly progressive policy is providing free meals at school to every child at no cost upfront to their families. The movement for universal free school meals is gaining ground, proving this is a practical, progressive policy that works across different parts of the country. This isn't just theory. States like California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, New York, and Vermont have already implemented this vital policy, showing that the political will to invest in our children's health and education can overcome the old colonial idea that some people must be denied basic needs. Minnesota is a powerful example of this commitment. In 2023, the state enacted the Free School Meals for Kids Act, which made free breakfast and lunch permanent for all K-12 students in participating public and charter schools. This was a direct decision by the state legislature and Governor Tim Walz, who saw it as an investment in the future of their state's children. Not a handout, an investment. The way Minnesota made this happen is a perfect example of progressive policy in action. The state decided to fund the program using its general revenue fund, essentially covering the cost of meals for students who do not qualify for federal free or reduced price meal assistance. They chose to use their budget surplus to invest in human capital. This is what they're doing, investing in human capital. Estimating the initial cost at around $400 million for the first 2 years, an expense they were willing to bear because the payoff in student success, reduced stigma, and family savings is so much greater. This policy means that every child in a Minnesota school cafeteria is served the same meal, removing the shame associated with poverty and creating a better, more focused learning environment. Since the program began, the state has reported serving over 150 million meals in the first year alone, saving families approximately $1,000 per student, and proving that a full belly is indeed the first step to a better education. For Chicago, this is not a radical dream, but a practical, proven policy that other states are already using to fuel their next generation of scholars. We must support and expand these universal school meal programs. It's an easy win for education, for equity, and for the progressive ideals we champion. It's time we made sure that every child in Chicago gets the same chance I got in Honolulu, the chance to learn on a full, focused stomach.